Hey you guys, it's Tink here, your denture lady. I'm coming to you guys tonight just to give you a short video on some of the do's and don'ts of wearing dentures. Um, as I always start out my videos by thanking my subscribers, I want to say thank you. Thank you guys for all the love and support that you give. If you are new to my channel, welcome. If you like to receive notifications every time I upload a new video, when you do subscribe, just hit that bell and make sure that you mark all or click all, select all. Either way, you need to hit the bell and click all so you can get updates every time I upload a new video instead of, missing them or seeing them as clips when you're scrolling through YouTube. So, again, the do's and don'ts of wearing your dentures. And these are do's and don'ts whether you have permanents, temporaries, partials. These are just do's and don'ts of wearing dentures. So to start off with the cleaning process, a lot of people, I'm gonna say a lot of people so far that I've come into contact with or have spoken to since starting my denture journey, have mentioned or said things like, oh yeah, I heard you can soak your dentures in bleach and you can do this, you can that to them. No, it's certain things that you can do and certain things you cannot do, because certain things that you use can actually damage your denture, whether they're your temporaries or your permanents. It doesn't matter. So for starters, cleaning your dentures. When you are keeping your dentures clean, you never ever clean or soak your dentures in bleach and water. Not bleach, not water, not bleach and water. You don't do that at all, because bleach, number one, is a very hard chemical. And being as though it's a very hard chemical, number one, it can actually change the color of the material, of your dentures, like where your gums is at and everything. It can totally change the color of that. It also can corrode, for anybody that's wearing partials, the metal. If you have the metal piece, in your partial that connects your, excuse me guys, your partial to your teeth, your anchor teeth, the bleach can actually corrode the metal within your denture and then cause more damage to not only your denture, but that metal corroding can then create and cause damage to your mouth. Can you imagine corroded metal just sitting on your gums or touching your gums? Can you imagine what kind of bacteria or, mouth diseases or something, that you can get from doing that? So never, ever soak or clean your dentures in bleach and water. Partials, no, it doesn't matter. No bleach and water, no matter what nobody tells you. You do not soak or clean your dentures with bleach and water. Never, ever place your dentures in hot boiling, like scalding boiling water, because even though I use like lukewarm, maybe a little bit warmer than lukewarm water, but that's as high as I'll go, when I'm cleaning them or when I'm trying to pry them out of my mouth, because sometimes warm water and Listerine will help to loosen the denture up. However, I never, ever soak them in boiling water. Soaking your dentures in boiling water can actually distort and warp your dentures. And when that happens, warping the dentures is basically like changing the form of the way, your denture has been made for you. So soaking your denture in scalding, boiling hot water after your denture is warped, you may no longer be able to wear it because it has changed its form and shape and size. So never use boiling hot water, because it can distort and warp your dentures, and then your dentures are going to be crap. You're not going to be able to wear them. You're going to be upset. You're not going to, it's the warping your dentures and not being able to wear them correctly, or them not fitting correctly. It's going to bring on a whole host of other issues, because when you wear ill-fitting dentures, that's when all of the other pains and symptoms of like TMJ and all of that comes in at. Because if your jaw is not aligned, if your dentures are not aligned with one another, if your bite is not correct, if something is off, period, that is creating a unbalance on within your teeth, that's going to cause you to have jaw pain. That jaw pain will then turn into ear pain. That ear pain could turn into head pain, and so on and so forth. And then you have all of these problems and pains because your dentures don't fit properly anymore. So do not soak them in hot water. It can actually damage, warp, and distort your denture. Um, this one is crazy because I actually physically spoke to a lady that said that she does this, and it's crazy because you're not even supposed to do it. I thought it was weird and wild, but however, to each his own. But I do want you guys to know that you never, ever, ever place your denture in a dishwasher. Number one, it's it's a prosthetic. Some people may think of a denture as a appliance. And to some people it may be an appliance. Some people may consider their denture an appliance. I don't. I consider my denture a prosthesis because that's what it is. It's a prosthesis. It's not a bowl. It's not a plate. It's not a pot. It's not a pan. It's not a spatula. It's not a fork, spoon, knife. So it shouldn't go in a dishwasher. So guys, do not put it in the dishwasher because think about it. That hot water from the dishwasher will also distort and warp your denture. Okay? Period. It's hot water in a dishwasher. So dishwashers are for dishes, not for dentures. Don't do that. Please don't do that. For some people that may wear linings, like me, I wear cushion grips. Some people wear denture fit. Some people wear comfort lining. Either way, some people use the relining kit that you can simply get from like Walmart or somewhere. Even the dental reline kit. Or reline. I'm not gonna say reline kit, but even the reline that the dentist will put in there. If you say the reline is halfway hanging out and you want to get it the rest of the way out, or you've had your cushion grip in your dentures for about 4 to 7 days or however long you wear it, but now it's time to change it. Now, everyone knows whatever procedure they have to follow to get the lining up out of your denture. Follow that procedure. However, do not use any sharp objects, any metal type objects to clean your denture out. If anything, I would say buy the little two-sided wooden sticks, the one with flat on one end and pointy on the other, like a big gigantic toothpick almost, like it's just one end is flat. I would recommend doing things like those wooden sticks, or maybe even a plastic one if you can find a two-sided plastic one, and that's just to lift. You shouldn't even be scraping. You literally should only be using this to lightly and gently lift up that lining to take it off your denture. Never ever use sharp objects, because using a sharp object to clean your denture out, period, it scratches your denture, and that scratching can cause your denture to become rough, because scratching the denture or creating the scratches on the denture and creating that rough spot, it took off the polish, the polish shine, that smoothness. And once you take that off by using sharp objects and scratching your denture, you actually can cause that roughness to then turn into plaque. And I know that sounds crazy because you're like, it's a denture, it's fake teeth. How can fake teeth develop plaque? A lot of people may not know this, but you actually can still develop plaque on your dentures because of the simple fact that plaque comes from food buildup. If you are scratching your dentures and you are creating all of these extra scratches and dents and indentations and things like that, just think certain foods can go in there and just sit. They just sit, and then they just create bacteria and all of that. You get what I'm saying? So build up food creates plaque. Plaque can also be built up on dentures. That's something that I just recently learned. So do not use sharp objects because it scratches the denture. It creates a rough surface. That rough surface then can create plaque buildup due to food getting caught up in areas that you may not be able to get to anymore because you have now scratched your denture up. So do not use sharp objects either. That polished surface that's removed, you actually want it to stay. That smoothness that you feel, you actually want that. You don't want to pop your denture in and it still feels so rough that it's cutting up the inside of your mouth and all of that. You don't want the rough feeling. You want that smooth polished surface feeling. So do not Do not use any sharp objects. Preferably don't use metal. I wouldn't use metal. I would just try to go for something plastic or wood. Um, Never use abrasive cleaners. I don't know why certain people be like, oh yeah, I just wash my dentures with my dish detergent. Why would you do that when they make toothpaste for dentures? When they make actual, tablets to disinfect and clean your dentures. Dr. B's, he has a whole kit, Cleanadent. You soak that in your sonic cleaner. It cleans your dentures. It disinfects your dentures. You get what I'm saying? So why use dish detergent or soap in your denture? Like, I don't understand that. So never use an abrasive cleanser at all, because abrasive cleansers can actually damage the denture too. It damages it, period. The abrasiveness of the cleansers, just like with the scraping of the metal, or using a sharp object, it can actually take off the polished surface and create, a hard surface, rough surface on your dentures, including your teeth. And you don't want your gums or your teeth feeling like they're very abrasive, because that's going to irritate the inside of your mouth, if not scratch it up. Okay, so do not use no kind of abrasive cleanser. Lysol, Clorox spray. Don't use none of that on your dentures. It's not made for your dentures. It's made to clean your house. Do not neglect your denture or your mouth. And I think that I have said this before in a few of my other videos. When I say do not neglect your denture or your mouth, I mean keep your mouth and your dentures clean. When you don't have your dentures in, if you've brushed them and cleaned them for the day or night or whatever, you don't have to soak them in a tablet every night. However, make sure that you actually are cleaning them though. Clean them, brush them when you take them out at night. Clean out the residue, the extra, if there's leftover adhesive, just like you brush them in the morning before you pop them in. Brush them at night to get all of that adhesive off, and then you simply soak them in water if you don't want to soak it in a tablet. You don't have to use the tablets every night. However, make sure that you at least are brushing and cleaning them every night. Because like I said in another video again, a lot of people don't think that mold can, form on dentures. Ha! It's funny, but they can. You can create and develop mold on your denture from not keeping it clean. Disinfected. Disinfected is, like I said, your use tablets, the Dr. B's Cleanadent. You can literally go online and research other things. They have another product called Stain Away. That's like another, that kind of sort of like a soap that you can get that actually keeps your teeth white and everything, but it also cleans and disinfects. I just happen to love Dr. B's because Dr. B's is great. Like, I love the Cleanadent that they have. I put it in my sonic cleaner and it disinfects, kills all the germs that's on the denture. So I like the Dr. B's Cleanadent. But make sure that you do not neglect your denture. The same way you don't neglect your denture, you keep your mouth clean too. Okay? Just because we don't have teeth does not mean that we don't need to brush our gums and our tongues. Again, just like food sits on your teeth and your dentures and all of that, food sits on your tongue. Okay, so if you're not brushing your gums, you're not brushing your tongue, and all this food and everything that you're drinking and eating over a day or two is just sitting on your tongue, yeah, you can actually form and develop bad breath from that. You're going to wake up with stinky breath. Keep your mouth clean too. Brush your gums. Brush your tongue. If you feel the need to disinfect your mouth, there's ways of doing that too, to get rid of any bacteria that may be trying to form in your mouth. You can get Colgate Peroxide. Oral-B has a mouth rinse that's an antiseptic mouth rinse. They actually have like 3 different kinds, but I always get the one that's in the white bottle with the blue writing, Oral-B. They have a mouthwash that's an antiseptic, and then, like I said, Listerine is always good. That kills germs and gingivitis and all of that. You can even use Listerine. I just prefer the Peroxide because the Peroxide is like a medicated mouthwash with peroxide, so you kind of feel it killing the germs and you feel the bubbling and all of that. And I like that sensation better because that's letting me know that everything is being killed with the peroxide. And the believe it or not, the Oral B is the same way. It activates the same way. You have to rinse and hold it in your mouth and swish it around for about a minute, and you can feel it working. Spit it out, and you can still feel it working. And then you rinse your mouth. I do that. That's the last thing I do when I take my dentures out. At night, I take my dentures out. I set them in water while I'm brushing my gums and stuff, and then I brush the remaining residue of the adhesive that's sitting in the plate. I brush that out, and I personally soak mine with a tablet overnight, and then I do it all over again the next morning. So it's just keeping them clean, keeping them disinfected, keeping your mouth and your dentures, good and clean. It will keep away any bacteria, you know, that you may develop. Yeast, thrusts, you can get all of that in your mouth, especially because we don't have teeth to protect the gums no more. So you have to make sure that you are keeping your dentures in your mouth clean. You can't brush your mouth but don't brush your dentures, because whatever dirt or is sitting on the denture is going to then be in your mouth. So now your mouth is nasty. So you can't have that. Make sure that you keep both clean. Never make major adjustments to your denture yourself unless you are a certified technician or you absolutely know what you're doing. Now, like I've said before, I've made slight adjustments here and there, but I never make major adjustments. If I feel like my denture needs a major adjustment, I do and will call the dentist and go let them do it. Because I'm not a dentist technician. I'm not a denture tech. I'm not a lab tech. I don't know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing, but I don't know what I'm doing. So I don't want to mess around and try to make a major adjustment and then I fool around and break my denture. Then I'm going to be upset. So never make major adjustments by yourself unless you are certified to do it or you absolutely know what you're doing, because you can actually damage your denture really, really bad. And like I said in the last video, if you don't have any warranty or your warranty is ran out and you do that, then you're going to have to come out of pocket to get it fixed. And you don't want that. So major adjustments, let the dentist do it. This is an important thing for you when you are in your temporaries. Permanents too, but I think by the time, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, by the time you get into your permanents, your gums are almost fully healed, if not fully healed. So I don't feel that the never stop wearing your dentures 24/7. I don't feel like it fully applies once you get your permanents, because you get your permanents once everything is fully healed. However, when you're in your temporaries, never stop wearing your dentures at all, because your dentures are used for you get what I'm saying. You're told to wear your dentures all the time for a reason. Your temporaries. So when you do get your temporaries, never stop wearing them. Never, ever, ever stop wearing them. Because wearing your temporary dentures, it basically aids in the daily healing of your gums right after the procedure was done. It helps you get used to them. It helps you learn to deal with having them in your mouth, having to learn to eat again, having to talk with them. If you do not wear them all the time, you are not going to you're going to struggle a lot longer to get used to them being in your mouth, to learn how to use the muscles in your jaws and stuff like that to hold down the bottom, plate and all of that. I still can't do that. But like I said, I use adhesive, so I don't have a problem with it. My bottom stay in due to my adhesive. But I've tried it, and I still have not learned to use these muscles yet, and that's the point. If you're wearing them every day, it helps you to learn to use these muscles. It helps you to learn to get used to wearing them. It helps you to learn to speak with them and eat with them in. And it helps with healing, most importantly. The temporary dentures are placed in your mouth to help the gums heal a little faster. So, if you're in your temporaries, do not stop wearing them. If you are uncomfortable in them, if it's not too bad, try to bear with it. If you cannot bear with it, then yes, take them out, but only immediately after you call the dentist and explain to the dentist they are too uncomfortable, I cannot wear them. Then, okay, take them out. Above all, though, if you're in your temporaries, make sure, above all, that you are wearing your dentures every day like you're supposed to. Eating. Now, I will say this. As far as eating is concerned, I don't know if a lot of you all know out there, but dentures are actually only about 30% as solid as natural teeth. 30%. That's not a high percentage. So when you think about it, if these dentures in my mouth are only actually 30% as solid as natural teeth, then I know mentally, common sense would tell me, I know that I have to watch what I eat. 30% as solid as natural teeth means you can't really eat things that are extremely hard, because eating something that's extremely hard will actually break your denture. It will break and crack your teeth. It can damage the denture. Like, I've seen a video that, a friend of mine showed me of this lady who was at the dentist to get her top plate correct, fixed, because she chose to try to not lick a lollipop, pun intended, but she, missed eating hard candy so much that she physically bit into a lollipop, and it literally cracked her denture straight down the middle. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, guys, I'm sorry, I'm back. She literally don't crack. I'm serious, guys. She cracked her denture trying to bite a lollipop. So that's why I'm saying that. Because of the simple fact that the dentures are actually only 30% as solid as natural teeth, you do have to watch what you eat. Yeah, I'm not saying don't eat hard stuff like I said in a few of my other videos, Skittles and things like that. You may be able to tolerate those. Ooh, just to let you guys know, I did try the Skittles and they were fine. I was able to eat them. It didn't lift up my dentures or nothing like that. So, yeah, I actually went and bought me a big bag of Skittles because I can eat them. Even if you suck on them just a little bit to get them a little soft, but it did not bother it. But yeah, like really, really hard stuff, like really, really hard, like crusty breads, hard foods, certain nuts. You can't eat every nut. Certain nuts are too hard. Hard candies, things like that. Certain things that you just know, common sense. Look, okay, if that would break your actual natural teeth, then don't use it on your denture. If you think that you can eat something, or if you've eaten something in the past before your dentures that cracked your teeth, damaged your natural teeth, then it's a no-go for your dentures, because they're only 30% as solid as natural teeth. So you really have to watch what you eat. During your temporary stage, you're going to watch what you eat anyway, because you're getting used to the dentures and you have to learn how to eat all over again. I will say this too, whether you're in your temporary dentures or your permanent dentures, when you do eat, you have to take your time. Do not try to jam a mouthful of food in your mouth, because number one, you have a foreign object in your mouth. Okay? So number two, this foreign prosthetic, object is a little, it's not thick, but there's some thickness to it. So that's actually creating less room in your mouth. Okay? My dentures, yes, they go all the way up to the roof. Uh-huh. Yeah, but there's also like that much extra space on my roof now. So now that's extra space being taken away from the inside of my mouth. Therefore, don't just try to jam and pack your mouth, because you will choke. The game plan for eating with dentures is you take small bites and you make sure that you fully chew everything up before you swallow, because you can actually think that you've chewed everything up and you did not. You get what I'm saying? So you have to make sure that the teeth are grinding all of the food up. If you are eating and it doesn't feel like your food is being, grinded up well enough, and you feel like you swallowing clumps of food within your chewing, then you may want to go to the dentist, because your bite may be off. You should be able to grind up your food. If your bite is on point, you should be able to take small bites and chew it up fine and swallow it with no problem. If you are having a problem doing that, then you just may need to go and get an adjustment to have your bite corrected. I'm just saying. But above all, just stay away from things that would damage, your natural teeth. If it's something that would damage your natural teeth, then don't eat it with your dentures, because it'll damage your dentures too. If you don't have the money to fix your dentures, you're shit out of luck. So I would say just be careful and be mindful of certain foods that you can eat and what you can't eat. If you could not eat it with your natural teeth, don't eat it with your dentures. If you struggle to eat it with your natural teeth, do not eat it with your dentures. Certain candies, certain bubble gums, you get what I'm saying? I personally chew sugar-free gum, extra. Free dent is okay, but I don't really care too much for it. But I chew things like extra, juicy fruit, winter fresh. Those so far have not stuck to my dentures, so I do like to chew that. Um, but things like Laffy Taffies and caramels and stuff like that, it's gonna get stuck all in your denture. Now I'm not saying not to eat it, but the Laffy Taffies and all that, you eat that, that's yanking your denture right on out. I've already tried. I had my go at it. It wasn't nice. So, things like that, taffies and all of that, stay away from. Just stay away from it. And just know your limit. Know your limit on what you can eat and what you cannot eat. Know your limit on, how far to go. Trust me when I say, if you start eating stuff that's too hard, oh, your gums are going to tell you. Because that hardness, you have to think, your dentures are already, the material is already going to feel hard on bare gums. And then you sitting around and you're eating hard stuff, which is putting down pressure on your gums. So that just creates, a little tenderness, a little soreness, because I've done it before as well. So, you live and you learn. And I learned from my mistakes because I was in pain like all day long after doing that. Like the day after, I had pain all day. I couldn't even put my dentures in because my mouth was so sore. So just be mindful of that. But above all, you guys, just make sure you take care of yourself all the way around, head to toe. Self-care, denture care, mental care, everything. You have to take care of yourself. I just want to help you preserve your smile as long as you can, if you can preserve it. If you cannot and you have to jump with the denture world, welcome. Come on. We are ready. We are a big community, and I'm just here to help. So I hope this was informational for you guys. If you guys have any more videos that you would like to suggest, just let me know. You can put it in the comments below. Like I said, I always, you can always email me. My email address is in a few videos. I also put it in the description box below. You can send me suggestions there, comment, or whatever. If you want more information, if I did not hit on something in this video that you may want more information for, or just let me know. And I'll do the video as always. And I think that's pretty much it for tonight, you guys. So I'm going to get myself ready for bed because I got to get up at 6 a.m. for work. So until next time, of course, y'all already know it's Tink. And I'm out. Peace.